Hey guys, and welcome back to a very special edition of our Food with Fleur Mike series. Today, we are celebrating our first year anniversary. Sainsbury's have challenged us to create a really delicious meal for each other. Mike's gonna be doing the main course. Yeah. I'm gonna be doing the starter. And you're gonna get cooking, and then I'm gonna come back to show you a way better recipe later.
Whatever. I'm today cooking a beef Wellington, which is one of my favourite meals on the basis that I've cooked with friends a few times. And I'm also going to cook the most tastiest, deliciously creamy potato dauphinoise. So I'm going to start by putting the milk and the cream in. Then I'm going to bring this to the boil, starting off gently so I don't curdle it. I'm also going to add some garlic, bay leaves, and some thyme. This is definitely a dish you would not have every day, but it is certainly one of my favourites. Okay, so while that is bringing to the boil, I'm going to get my potatoes. I've also got this nifty little gadget from Sainsbury's that we got last week, and this is to get it to the perfect thickness every time. My cream has now come to the boil. I now need to take the bay leaves out, discard them because it has now added the flavour. I'm then going to take this off the boil for a couple of minutes, let it cool down. I'm now putting in the potatoes and the onions into my mixture. I'm going to bring it back to the boil for about 5 minutes. I'm going to get my pre-buttered dish so that nothing sticks to it. I'm now going to pour these into the bowl, making sure they're evenly spread out. So now I'm going to add some delightful Sainsbury's Swiss Gruyere. Because it's quite strong, you don't have to use too much. Now I'm going to get a little bit of nutmeg. Use the fine grater, and we're just going to grate this in. Crush a little bit of butter over it. So this is obviously going to make it just a little bit extra creamy. And now it is ready for the oven. Now my potatoes are in the oven, I've now got my mushrooms and I've got my shallots. They're all chopped up. I'm now ready to season and sear my beef. I'm going to let that get nice and hot. Just give it a little bit on each side so that it is locked in all that flavour of the beef. So now I'm going to chop up the parsley and the tarragon. Now these are going in with the pate and they're going in with the mushrooms and the shallots. They're all kind of going to be infused into one big herby dish that's going to seal the meat around the edge. And I'm going to get my lovely mushrooms. This I could just eat right now on its own, but sadly this has to go with beef, I know, and it has to go with a bit of puff pastry. Right, it's assembly time. I have got the pastry already prepared because I needed a piece that was exactly the right size for the beef to lay on top of as a base. And now I'm going to get the pate, I'm going to create a layer on top, trying to be as neat as I can. So that's done. I think a quick hand wash may be in order. So I'm going to attempt to peel this off. Oh, we made it quick. Now we're going for an over the top. Whoa. Definitely did a bit too much pastry. Push this in to make sure it's sealed. I've trimmed the edges so it looks prettier. Now go for a mega tuck under. Time for the oven. Let's pass the baton over to Fleur for our anniversary challenge and see if she can match my skills.
So I'm back in the kitchen. I have to admit it smells pretty amazing, which is definitely a good thing because for my starter, I've decided to cook a soufflé. Now, Mike always talks about soufflés and how they're really hard to cook and how he's too scared to cook them. So I thought, I'm gonna try it. What I'm gonna do first is butter these ramekins, and I've also cut out these little discs that go in the bottom. I'm just gonna rub it all on the inside of the ramekin so it's nice and greased up, and hopefully we won't have any problems with sticking. I'm gonna pop the little bit of parchment in the bottom there, and then I'm gonna take the butter, I'm gonna add in the flour. If I manage to pull this off, Mike is gonna be so impressed, he'll definitely wanna stay married to me. So next we take it off the heat, and we slowly stir in the milk. I'm not very good at slow. This is why I usually do things with Mike. So now this goes back on the heat, and we're gonna simmer it for 2 minutes. So next we're gonna separate the eggs. We want the whites in here and the yolks in there. These are gonna go into there. At the same time, we're using a 1/4 teaspoon of mustard powder. And then we're gonna put in our cheddar and half of our parmesan. We need to save the half for the top later, and our chives as well. We're gonna whisk up our 2 egg whites until they form stiff peaks. I think that is an extremely stiff peak. So next we're meant to stir the egg whites into the cheesy mixture. And then we're just going to spoon the mixture into the ramekin. I'm gonna put it about that much because it's gonna rise quite a lot, hopefully. I'm going to half fill the baking tray with boiling water so it comes about halfway up the ramekins. Mike's told me I'm not allowed to look in the top oven, so I can't put them in there. In they go. The moment of truth, guys. We're gonna find out if I'm a failure or not. If I'm a bad wife. They're looking good. Are you ready, Mike?
I'm ready. I'm hungry.
If they taste as good as they look, I think I nailed it. I'm gonna feed you some and I'm gonna see if you can guess what it is. Oh, sorry, I missed.
It's good. It's
What is it?
kind of like omelette-y kind of.
It's not an omelette.
I'd say because it was light and fluffy. Couldn't be. She wouldn't dare cook a soufflé.
It is a soufflé. Look at it.
Whoa.
Look, it's not as flat as a pancake.
How did you do that in a range?
I don't know, but it worked. It's cheese and chive soufflé with a watercress salad with French dressing and prawns.
I am seriously impressed. This looks epic.
Nailed it. I'm so excited to try this. It's quite light, isn't it? What is it?
It's a bit of wait and see pie.
It's a pie. I've got to say, Mike, I think it's either fish or steak because both of those are things that I really like. But it hasn't smelt fishy in the kitchen all day.
It's a good job.
But I know it's not steak because you haven't just been frying a steak. So
No, I haven't just been frying steak. We just have to wait and see.
bread. There's definitely bread involved. That smells good, whatever that is. Can I look now?
Go on
you're
then.
serving
Open your
yourself.
eyes.
Oh my god! You cook that by yourself?
Oh yes.
It actually looks amazing. How long did this take you?
Oh, no time at all.
That is so good. I thought I'd done well until I saw this. This is like a lot of time
You love
and
it?
effort. Well done. Cheers. Happy anniversary. I'll stay married to you, I suppose, because of this. If you guys want to see the recipes for anything that we made, we're going to link them in the info bar below. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see a brand new video every single week. And we will see you again next Wednesday. Bye.
Goodbye.